Are you scared of dying?
Mm.
Do you ever think about that?
I'm scared of not having things in order for me to die, which is like, that's the terrible system for America.
Like having your family, like it be a burden on them?
Like, yeah, like my finances, my plan, my everything. Not having that in order is more terrifying than dying itself, just for the fact of like, what would happen to everybody. Like, I don't know how many fucking 401k plans I've started. Okay?
Oh my god.
I don't. I have no idea because
You have multiple ones set
I've
up?
worked in different places. So, and I've started a 401k plan in different places. And I'm like, what fucking happened to those? I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I remember the situation there. There were like different like life insurance policies I had like started on myself because of these workplaces. I don't know what
Oh
happened
my
to
god, you're gonna die and
those.
there's gonna be like
There's
$1
gonna be, like-
million spread across like 20 different accounts.
Like, if you can find the accounts, if
You're
you
gonna
can
be
even
fine.
find them, like if you can figure out where they are
gonna
and
be a
what
scavenger hunt.
happens, you can totally pay my bills. Until then, you're fucked. But yeah, there's like I have debt. I have a car. Bye car. Nobody else is on the name of that car. Like that, I'm still paying that off. I got that like March or like right before I saw it. I was like March, April, like right in there. We got the car. That's in my name only. So that's fucked once I die, which is kind of nice because then nobody else is taking on that bill. Pros and cons. Credit cards. Those are not good. All the debt. I'm like, I want to make sure all the debt's taken care of. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel bad leaving credit card debt or any of that stuff. I definitely have credit card debt. And I would definitely want there to be money to bury me whatever way I want to be buried. But I don't know how the fuck I even want to be buried. It's shit like that that's more concerning than death itself. Because death itself's like, oh no, it ended. I'm not going to fucking know that I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's not my problem. My problem's like everybody else going, what the fuck do we do? How do we bury her? Like, what do we do? Like, what kind of service does she want? Like, I'm like watching my mom like go through the process of like, oh shit, like, okay, we're supposed to go to like, she wants to be buried at this place. This is what she wants done. Does she want a reception though? Does she want like, there's so many weird things.
There's a lot like left undone.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
And like, I don't know. My grandma, I had gone up there because my cousin was getting married in June, like on my dad's side, but all the family kind of lives in the same area. So like I'd stayed with my mom's mom, my grandma, and she didn't look good, but they didn't know that she had cancer again. And she had like started giving me a bunch of stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? And it's things like that where like you like prep, you get the belongings of like these things are supposed to go with this person, so on. And there was things that she had packed away like probably 20 years ago that she was like handing me then, and like things that like her mom had like packed away for like myself and my brother, and it was just like so weird. And I'm like, this is the preparation level that I'm like I should probably be at. And there's like jewelry that she had me pick out when I was like 10 years old that she had like prepped and bagged away that like had my name on it, like that she still had there. And I was like, oh shit, like I forgot all about picking that out. And I looked at the jewelry and I'm like, that's still my taste though. I'm like, obviously don't like hardly wear jewelry at all, but I'm like, young Angel knows.
Made a good call.
Like I made a good call. Like this is still stuff that I would totally take. And like she's like passing stuff. She's like having me like go pick out like glasses, and like she had all this glassware. And then she's like, worst, she's like, oh shit, like she's like, oh yeah, this is like Princess House or some shit. Like it's worth hella bank. If you want to sell it. Obviously didn't use those words, but like, like yeah, if you need to, you can sell this.
That'd be funny if she did though. This is hella. It's gonna be a hella bank.
Hella bank. No, she's just like, it's like no. So this is like hey, you need to sell that. This is worth a lot. And like pointing out things, and I'm like, well, I'll just take it and totally have an old lady house, so that's fine. Like, I mean, I can have Sean display like an old lady house. I'm fine with that. I'm down. It's happening. But yeah, just like packing up like all this glass. So it's just crazy. Like all the things you do in preparation that you don't even think about that she's been doing for like ever, and then now her time is like hitting, and my mom's like low key panicking, but almost every box has already been checked.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just like, what the fuck? I don't know. That's the shit that I'm more afraid of, is like leaving all of that. Like, what the fuck happens to my stuff? Who's gonna get it?
I've never even thought about the planning aspect like that.
It's the hard part, because like you'd think like, do you want to be cremated?
I don't know. The idea of being stuck underground kind of.
Like, you'd be
It's a little weird.
cremated.